What's interesting is the very next thing that you see is speech, because it will say, and he was filled with the Spirit and said, or he was filled with the Spirit and began to speak. And so speech becomes one of these things that becomes a manifestation of the filling of the Spirit. And what follows in those accounts in Acts, and you can see it in other places, is that when a person is filled with the Spirit, what follows is divine revelation, the quoting of a scripture, or the imparting of some divine revelation, some divine viewpoint that is imparted to another person. And this becomes one of the manifestations of a person who is filled with the Spirit. That they will speak to one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. That there is a melody on their heart. And I'm reminded of my grandmother. She was such a godly influence in my life as a young boy when I was growing up in the mid-70s in Southern California. And my grandmother was a double major in college. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in 1929. And I don't think that there were very many women even in college at that time, but she was a double major in English and music. She could play the piano, the mandolin, and the clarinet. She loved to sing, and worship the Lord. That woman was just amazing. But she really had a heart of worship about her, and it was one of the characteristics that marked her as somebody who was filled with the Spirit. I look back now as an adult and I see in hindsight her behavior, and I think, okay, now I understand with greater clarity. I mean, when I was 8 and she was 80, I really didn't understand much of who she was, but she planted those seeds that made all the difference in the years that followed. The idea is not that we have more of the Spirit, but that the Spirit has more of us.